Have you had a turbulent 2015? Because if you have, you're not alone. It has been so challenging for so many people. There's been divorces, loss of jobs, health issues. Look at the climate change that's been going on, and that's without all the obvious wars and torment around the world. So for 2016, we're on the change. Yay, can you actually believe it? However, it is going to be 2 to 5 years to get through this change into the new order. And it's going to be exciting, but very up and down. So hold on to your hat. You know, at the fun fair when you get your ticket to go on the ride and then it starts moving and you realize, oh God, I want to get off. You know you can't and you've got to go through to the end. But you know you're safe because you've got your safety belt on and you know you're going to come through. So think of that fun fair when you're going through the challenges of this year. The one golden hope of this year coming is our children. They are our stars. If you think a 17-year-old has won the Nobel Peace Prize from last year, it's just a sign of what is to come. This is our hope, our children. They're very different to us. The children, the teenagers, they can really think outside the box. And they are forming in a wonderfully evolving way. They don't have any conflict between their intellect and their intuition. Their intellect and intuition just sits side by side in their soul energy. It's not in conflict. So can you imagine, rather than fighting each other, these two areas are working together to make this world a better place, and we are there to listen to them and support them. And I think the big key word for the rest of us is openness, absolutely being open. Don't be afraid to think outside the box, to maybe not agree with other people, but to listen. You never know what you might find out for yourself. So January is the beginning of this year, so we have to look at our strategy for the year ahead. So we have Capricorn, the most masculine, powerful sign in the zodiac, sitting there with the sun all that first part of the month. So like the mountain goes, we'll get there in the end. But we have to be careful about what seeds we're going to plant. What seeds are you going to plant in your health, for your health, for your career, relationship, for that spiritual journey of your own? Think about what you want to plant. And if you've already got planted seeds, well, how are you going to nurture them? This is what I want you to be planning. And then we have the new moon in Capricorn as well on the 10th. So that's a real surge of that powerful Capricorn energy. And I'm going to do a post on that on the 10th, so look out for that. And then also we've got our dear friend Mercury going retrograde on the 5th. Don't we just love Mercury? So remember, Mercury is the planet of communication. That's inward communication, listening to our higher self rather than our lower, scary self, which stops us moving forward and puts our lives on the pause button. So it goes retrograde. So this is when you find white goods breakdown, problems with the weather conditions, strikes, misunderstandings, the right email going to the wrong person. It's a nightmare. It is not a time, and that's for the next 3 weeks, to be signing contracts. And if you do, belt and braces are very important. Really be careful what you're signing. And do keep your mouth shut. Do a lot of listening, but try not to open your mouth if it's not constructive, because you'll find you win the battle but lose the war, and repercussions will go on for months. So really be aware of that. Get everything done before the 5th, and then wait till later in the month. I'll tell you when Mercury goes direct in a post. So really be careful during this time. what can you do? Well, what you can do in this time, sort out all your drawers, get rid of old files, get rid of those old love letters that hurt you, get rid of everything. Do work on yourself. This is a brilliant planning time. Get your ideas written down. Work out strategies that you're going to follow through the year. Meditation, self-discovery, self-improvement. This is a wonderful time for that. And I want to just mention Jupiter, because Jupiter, the planet of expansion, hope, fulfillment, is in Virgo, but retrograde, you know, that lovely word backwards. This comes on the 7th and it's there all month. Now, Jupiter is much slower moving than Mercury, but you will still feel that closing in. If you've got big plans, Jupiter, Virgo is small, meticulous detail. This is the time this month to tighten up on the big vision. If you go and pitch something and someone says to you, well, how's that going to work? Well, what about this? Don't miss anything out. Have the answers to those detailed questions ready. Also, if you're looking at your health and you're doing okay, you're trying to be healthy, but there are niggling things going on, be honest with yourself. Look at the small detail of how you can improve something. If you're trying to give up smoking or stop drinking and you're doing quite well but not well enough, look at the triggers, the tiny detail of what's stopping you seeing yourself go through, and you might discover some interesting things there. We get the full moon on the 26th, it is, the 26th, and that is in Leo. So that is the day for passion towards the end of the month. And if those of you creative and performing, it's a great day to show off and to really enjoy the fact that you've left all the problems of 2015 behind. You're in 2016 and you've got a fresh perspective on all your problems and on your ambitions, and all those children in the form of stars in the sky are there to guide you.